We stepping slow at dawn, mystic journeys on the door. Boots still muddy from the trail, we bring the woods inside the floor. Woven baskets by the bench, sage and yarrow in the air. Old hands pass a soft-born truth like firelight we learn to share. Be impeccable with your word, don't take it all to heart. Don't make a spell of what you see, we begin where we are. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys we belong. For agreements, for bright stones, we keep walking, we stay strong. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys sing it on. Grateful hands and open doors, we are many, we are one. Out past the cedar line we kneel where the chanterelles hide. Bitter greens and rosemary, moon white stems in soil and pine. Someone names the healing leaf, someone knows the mushroom sign, someone tells a grand old tale, and we pass it down in time. Don't assume the wound is yours, don't invent the cloud. Speak with care and listen deep, let the circle be proud. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys we belong. For agreements, for bright stones, we keep walking, we stay strong. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys sing it on. Grateful hands and open doors, we are many, we are one. And if the week has worn us thin, we bring it to the table. Soup and stories, cracked out laughs, the kind that make you able. Ancient wisdom in the stew, in the herb jars, in our names. Every act of gentle care turns the dark into a flame. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys we belong. For agreements, for bright stones, we keep walking, we stay strong. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys sing it on. Grateful hands and open doors, we are many, we are one. We are many, we are one. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys hold us close.
Hello and welcome to Mystic Journeys with HB, Derek, and Nerdy.
Let's go,
What is
everybody.
going on, boys? How are y'all?
Doing good. Doing good.
We're going to keep it kind of casual today. We're gonna do a little bit of the way of love. And then you just got back from Mushfest this weekend, over the past week, I guess, anyway. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Derek, what's going on with you, man?
Oh, not much. Not much. Just I've been having some headaches and they've been kicking my butt. So yeah, there
Right on.
wasn't. I hope to not have any more.
Yeah,
Right on. It
I'm
definitely
with
that
you
stops
there.
everything.
I had a migraine last night when I got back, and it was rough. But that is like the worst feeling in the world. Those headaches. I really hope you don't have any more, Derek. That they suck.
Yeah, I've been getting them since I got home, and I'm wondering, like, is it sinuses or allergies, or because I didn't have them like this before.
Mm.
So I don't know.
Well, hopefully it stops for you, man. I know around where you are, the ozone layers have picked up, so it's causing a lot of like respiratory issues. If you see me like clear my throat a lot, that's going on. So maybe it has something to do with that, honestly,
Could
causing
be.
the whole function to
Yeah.
unfunction. Cheers, day. I see we got a bunch of people in here already. Y'all hit the like. Thank y'all for being
Yeah,
here.
it's
Got
16
a
already.
bunch of stuff to
Yeah.
cover. Y'all sit down and fucking enjoy yourselves. Um, Whenever you're ready, we can get into the reading. But first, before we do that, I'll go ahead and make this quick announcement real fast. I'm doing I guess this will be our first in-person Mystic Journeys meetup. Um, we're going to be doing this at August 22nd. This is way northern Colorado. So just by chance, if any of our viewers are in the northern Colorado area, want to stop by, here's the date, time, and information that you need. Be the Red Feather Community Park. Red Feather Lakes Community Park. That's where we're going to be meeting at. It's nice. It's beautiful. It's right beside Red Feather Lakes. Super beautiful nature view, and it's got bathroom, tables for us to all sit out. So yeah, it's nice.
Yes. I'm gonna do my best to
We'll
make
be.
it. I can't make
I
any
would hope. I would
guarantees.
hope you can, man.
I'm gonna do my
I would hope you
best.
can. And anybody else who can make it, that would be really super cool. We'll be cooking hot dogs, and we'll be handing out sacrament as per usual. And we'll just be kind of getting people to really know who we are in person and start really to build a in-person thing. So yeah, I would love for y'all to be there. We'll mention it a couple more times throughout the month. But yeah, August 22nd. If you guys have any questions, please reach out.
Please hit the like button and change from top chat to all messages.
Right.
Thank you, Derek.
I
Appreciate you,
think
big dog.
instead of starting with the way to love, I would like to go ahead and just share the pictures from Rocky Mountain Mushfest.
Yeah, man, whenever you feel
jump
like
to the fun stuff instead.
Let's do it.
We've already
Rock and
got
roll, dude.
we had 18 people here a moment ago, so let's go ahead and get this share some pictures.
We'll flop the show around if you want.
What's that?
We'll flop the show around if you want. Just do that shit at the end. Yeah.
Yeah,
Take over
exactly.
me, man.
So I'm going to start off by I'm going to try to show the pictures in chronological order, but like they're going to be mixed up in the I have sections, like 4 different sections. The first section is going to be the Cave of the Winds, and that was on Friday, and then the next section is going to be Friday night when we were actually at the campsites. Then I'm going to skip to the next day when we were at Pikes Peak, and then I have another section of pictures where we're going to be at the campsites doing tie-dye and stuff like that on Saturday night. And then I'm going to show everybody the shirts we all tie-dyed. So I've got pictures of all.
Aren't you wearing one right now?
I'm wearing one right now. This is my Viking dye in honor of our friend Mello here. So this was made with a lichen that you ferment in a ammonia solution. The Vikings would pee on it in like a jar, but you have to shake it in order to introduce the air, in order to get it to change colors. So I've got this nice pink purple here on the shirt. I'm pretty proud of it. It's got the stripes, but I'm going to be getting this one is for my Lost Creek design. So I'm kind of enjoying this one before the other ones because it's not a Rocky Mountain Mushfest shirt, so I'm not cheating by not having the design on it yet. So
Nerdy, did you pee in that jar?
say that again.
I'm wondering how they knew that.
Did you pee in that jar?
Oh, I did not pee in the jar, but it certainly smelled like it. And when I was using the dye, I splashed some and it got in my mouth and it was the nastiest thing.
You said it tastes
Um,
just like pee.
it
You
was
would
so
you-
bad. It was, yeah. I admit that I did unfortunately accidentally taste it. Do not do that. I was like, I ran and rinsed my mouth out as soon as I could. It was disgusting. But so on to the pictures.
Go ahead,
Here
man.
are, let's start with Cave of the Winds. So no, that's not Cave of the Winds. Hold on. Hold on. Let me change that again.
Oh yeah, Minecraft Mondays tonight. Come over and join us on the Discord. I'll drop the link here in just a bit. You guys can come join us and play Minecraft.
This is going to take me just 1 second. I had it preloaded, but I messed it up.
That's it. Oh man, we're all good.
All right. There we go.
You need to.
So this is the entrance, like near the entrance of the Cave of the Winds, where all the tourists hang out. They have like this little minor thing going on. Mike and Kim, they shared a lot of everybody. I collected a bunch of pictures from everybody that went. So this one's one from Mike and Kim. Mike's getting eaten by the bear. He's apparently very tasty. There's Sharon and Mike looking off the viewfinders off of the edge of the gift shop. They had these nice viewfinders in the backside where you could check out all
Very
these
cool.
amazing views from back there. And I know there's cliff dwellings near here, but I don't think you could see them from the viewfinders. And this is right before we went into the cave. We paid for our tickets and we were just waiting. This is me, my daughter, and my wife. My daughter's name is Kaylin. My wife's name is Tana. And Mike was telling me some cool story, probably about Sasquatch that he saw the night before. This is all of us going into the entrance of the cave. The hike up to that entrance, that portal right there, was quite the number of steps. Some of us really struggled getting up there. I was surprised at how much effort it took just to get to the entrance of the cave, but it was well worth it. And we got in, like, this is our tour guide. His name is Spencer. He was full of dad jokes and puns, and I could tell he really enjoyed his job. He was a good guy. I'm just going to quickly go through a lot of these pictures because I have a lot of them, but lots and lots of blurry pictures because we're in the dark. It's hard to get focus. Kim, Kaylin, and Sharon. There's Sharon with me in front, and Mike's in front of her, and in front of me and her. And here's some of the stalactites, stalagmites, ribbons, and this right here is a ribbon stalagmite. So it's also known as cave bacon. He had a bunch of really cool formations. They called like this one like the Leaning Tower. There's like a bunch of just really cool stuff up in there. There's Sharon and Kim looking spooky. That's a nice one. They said that one was like thousands and thousands of years old, this stalactite. Stalactites come off the roof, stalagmites come off the floor, and when they connect, they are considered columns. This section right here, I forget what it's called. I think they called it like a cave obsidian or cave onyx or something like that, but it was really, really smooth and it looked very, very hard. It was very pretty. This one guy is this rich guy who, so the cave, they keep finding new areas where the cave goes deeper and deeper and deeper by breaking down another wall. So this one guy, long time ago, he felt a breeze in this section of the cave, and he was like, "You guys got to break down that wall. And I know it costs a lot of money, but hey, guess what? I'm rich. I'll give you the money, but you have to put this poem that I wrote on the wall of this cave And every time you do the tour, you have to mention my name every time you do a tour. So the tour guide mentioned his name, but for the life of me, I can't remember. Sorry, rich guy. But his poem here says, "Dreams of mountains, as in their sleep, they brood on things eternal." And it was I think the letters were made out of marble or something like that. It was very pretty.
Very cool.
This right here is actually in the ceiling. So this section of the cave is carved out with carbonic acid, which is basically just like carbonation, like soda. And once it starts fizzing up, it bubbled up into the ceiling, and it created these sections right here. But they called it, I don't remember the name of the giant, but they say that this section right here is the giant's thumb. So you can see right there's the thumb right here, and there's like the fist. But it's like you have to look up into the ceiling, and it's kind of cute. Sharon and Mike discussing probably the giant. There's some cool stalactites. There's a column where the stalactites and stalagmite connected. This section right here was an interesting story. There were these two widows, not widows. They were considered old maids, but they were 18 apparently. These two ladies, they were saying that the place was too drab and boring, and they asked the owner of the cave if they could leave a couple of hairpins on the wall, and just to make the place look nice. And apparently they had good luck, and they got married like after that, and they had successful lives. So people kept they basically made it like a tradition to where if you go there and you leave like a coin or something shiny, that it would like appease the ghosts of the caves and bestow good luck on you. So people just over the years, this stuff is piled up, and they don't allow people to leave stuff anymore because it got too heavy, and they don't want the wall to fall down. But pretty cool stuff, pretty neat. There's
Cool
a lot
stuff,
of
dude.
really, really old coins and trinkets in there. This one was really cool because there's a stalagmite and a stalactite here, and you can tell that they came from each other, but they're broken. That's because the land shifted, or there was a landslide. Either the land here shifted, or it was like a fault line thing to where the land just moved. So it's kind of cool. You don't really see that very often where it's misaligned. I think I showed this room earlier. That's the one. This is on the way out, where when they found the cave, they call it the Cave of the Winds because the people that discovered it, they could actually hear like a whistling in the wind from the entrance of the cave with this area right here. So that's how it got its name. And I think that is it for this section. Oh yeah, there's the last. We paid for a picture, so we got a group picture. We got Kim and Mike and me and Kaylin, Sharon, and Tana. Tana was a little scared. You can see in her face. It's okay to be scared. But then that night, I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to there. So this is like you can see I'm eating a burger there. So this would be right after I finish the show on Friday night. I don't know what we were all looking at. But this is Carol right here. This is Classic Blaster, and this is Kaylin right here next to me. Mike is getting ready to cook the burgers here, so this is kind of out of order. But that's Carol. For those of you that don't know Carol, Classic Blaster. She lives in the Springs, and we invited her up, and she brought her two dogs, Monkey and Coyote. They are two corgis, and they are adorable. They are such sweet, sweet doggos. Kim took a picture of me and her. I was wearing a blanket that she gave me. Everybody kept joking of how the blanket made me look like a rabbi. I think Daniel Cunningham said it looked like a kimono. But yeah, this one's. I like this picture. This is a good one here. I like Kim's face. Oh man, she is a character. And those were some good burgers, I tell you what. Yeah, that's the end of those ones. So next day we went to Pikes Peak, and we had to pay $2 for the reservation just for the opportunity to go in. And this is like just getting to the entrance of the Pikes Peak, and there's just a line of cars. And when you get to the gate, they tell you that you basically just scan that you give them the code for the $2 reservation, and you have to pay like another $75 or something like that. Let me see here. I'm trying to get to the right tab here. There we go. But on the way up, there's lots of nice views. There's some nice trees and rocks, and I think this section right here with all these cool rocks, a lot of people were climbing on it, and I think it's called Devil's Playground. But it's on the way up to the top of Pikes Peak. The roads were long, and there were lots of really cool lakes along the way, but this is along the road on the way up. Still not up to the top yet. This is one of the places we stopped on the way back down, but it's still, it's not to the top, so I kind of like try to put this in order. Me, Deborah, Ryan, Casey, and Kaylin all stopped here, and we took a few pictures. These ones were ones that Kaylin took, but it was some amazing views. Yeah. And this is the top. So there's actually a train or a mono. I don't know if it's a trolley, not a trolley, but it's this. You can take the tram all the way up from the bottom, and it takes hours to get all the way up there. So they make announcements inside the gift shop and the restaurant at the top about when they're departing and things like that, so you don't miss your ride. They want to make sure you get on that train so that you get back down to the bottom of the mountains. If you miss it, you're kind of screwed. You might have to wait a while to get to the next one, but I don't think they want you getting on the next one because they have reserved spots for everybody. This is some of the views from the very, very, very top. Mike and Kim took a picture next to the big sign. This is the new fresh sign. They used to have an old one. We took a group picture next to the old one, but I saved that for the end. At the very, very top, it's just a big old pile of rocks, literally. Sharon and Kim. So of the poem America the Beautiful was actually inspired by someone that traveled to the top of Pikes Peak. And America the Beautiful, I'll go ahead and read it. America the Beautiful, oh beautiful for spacious sky. Here, I'll zoom in. That'll help.
Como ye faithful.
America the Beautiful, oh beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for pilgrim feet, whose stern impassioned stress a there fair for freedom beat across the wilderness. America, America, God mend thine every flaw, confirm thy soul in self-control, thy liberty in law. And it's written by Catherine Lee Bates. And I thought that was really beautiful. And especially the mountain on top, it was just really well done, black. And it's at the very, very top. So you can people just climbing all over the rocks along the edges. The place is actually quite big. There's a huge parking lot on the top, and there's people all over the place up there. It's kind of crowded. Here's one of the plaques you can see from the top. You can't read it from here. We did take a clear picture, but I did not upload it this time. There's lots of crows just flying around, kind of like birds of prey, which is kind of neat. Me and my daughter having a good time. They have a Bigfoot up there. As soon as you go inside the front door of the visitor center, there's a Bigfoot. And they had donuts. That's one of the coolest things, as I thought. They're well known for having donuts at the top of Pikes Peak, and I had high expectations. They were kind of dry, but hey, it's a Tea Crew thing. We got our donuts, and Rocky Mountain Mushfest wouldn't be complete without some donuts. But we had some at the top, and I loved that. And here's a picture of Mike and Kim enjoying theirs. Love those guys. They're funny. And there's a picture of all of us next to the Bigfoot. There's Mike just peeking over, and this one's me. This is Casey. For those of you who don't know him, he's a friend of mine from the Springs. He is involved in almost all of the mycology events across, usually around Colorado Springs. But he came to the Lost Creek Wilderness event, and he comes to almost all of the events in the Colorado Springs. He's very, very involved. He's a smart guy. Next picture. And also Ryan, Deborah, as you all know, Kim, Sharon, me. I think my daughter got cut off, but you know, she's a cutie. And here's the picture of all of us in front of the, it's backwards, but summit, Pikes Peak, 14,1115 feet. Pike National Forest. So we got Deborah, Kim, Mike, Sharon, Kaylin, Casey, me, and Ryan. And man, I love all these guys. They are family. Next group of pictures, I'm gonna have to load them up in just a second. So I'm gonna come back to us for a split second. If anybody wants to ask questions, go ahead and shout them out to me, guys. If anybody has questions for me about the trip, I'm gonna go ahead and get this last group of pictures ready. Or if you just want to talk about something else, that's fine too. Okay. Okay. So here is Friday night. No, Saturday night. So we went to Pikes Peak on Saturday. So this is Saturday night. This is Mike with one of Sharon's. Sharon made these rain catchers with it's a plotter paper tube and nails and beans and rice on the inside. So it's sustainable, and if the apocalypse happens, you can open it up and eat the beans and rice. I love that. It's not only, but I was telling HB about this earlier, and he was saying, like, you know, if I were to do something like that, I'd fill it with a bunch of like gardening seeds, so you can just plant a whole new garden. And I'm like, that is next level right there. But we'll go ahead and move on to the next pictures. But Mike was playing with it. He was playing with it with a baton. He was having a lot of fun. I don't have any better pictures, but that's what he was doing here. I'll shut to show you what it looks like now. My daughter's been working on it, but I'll pull that up after the pictures. This is my wife. Looks like she was probably washing her hands or maybe getting something to drink inside of Mike and Kim's RV. Their RV is really nice. It's just right size. This is me and everybody else. We're working on our t-shirts. This is how dark the shirt I'm wearing right now was when I put the lichen dye on it. Yeah, it was really, really, really dark, and now it's just it's like a light pink. These natural dyes don't stick to cotton very well. And here's Sharon and Deborah chatting it up. I love when those guys, Sharon and Deborah get along great, and I love it when Deborah's always like, Sharon from Lubbock. It just makes me smile. Sharon's lovely. I love Sharon. My whole family loves Sharon. She is a delight. There's me working on that shirt some more, it looks like. There's Mike. I don't know what he's got in his hands there. He's trying to read some instructions on something. Sharon's working on one of her shirts. It's with my wife, Tana. And everybody's shirts turned out great. There's Kim working on her shirt. And there's Tana and Kaylin having a discussion over some drinks. This is right after we got back from dinner. We had a nice Mexican dinner at this really, really good Mexican restaurant around the corner. I really liked it. There I am having something important to say. Don't know what. There's Ryan behind me, kind of hiding in the background, and Kaylin. There's Ryan. He was cold, so he had to put on the donut blanket. Looked kind of like a skirt. You know, when he was walking around, he was really enjoying that skirt. I love Ryan's sense of humor. He is such a funny dude. I I love this picture of Sharon. You can see the absolute joy in her face. It just what a good time we had. You can see it in her face. I love genuine, candid pictures like that. And Deborah, oh man, I don't see Deborah enough. I hadn't seen her since the last Rocky Mountain Mushfest. That blanket I got. So everybody got a blanket and candle from Mike and Kim and a lighter. So this was my blanket that I'm wearing on my back there. It's just helping. It's just keeping me warm. It's not because I'm a rabbi. I'm not.
We're not part of a cult
Yeah,
here.
no,
Wink,
no,
wink.
exactly. So that's it for those. Now I'm going to pull up the pictures of these shirts. So I think the shirts turned out really, really well.
Okay, I have something to confess. I'm part of a cult.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so I'm just going to load up everybody's at once. I'm just going to go through them. I'm going to show the front and back, and then I'm going to show the mock-up of the design that I have picked out for each of them. Let's see here. Last group of pictures, I promise.
Nah, man, people are enjoying the shit. Keep going.
All right. So this one is my friend Casey from the Springs. He did this one. You can see that it's pink. The pink on the outside is the lichen dye that I had made, and the inside is the synthetic stuff that Kim had brought. But this is the back, and we got the front right there. I really, really like how his turned out. It's very nice. Not overly complex, but even the overly complex ones are really, really nice too. But my proposal for the design, I think it should go right here over like the pocket area, like right there. So it says 4th Annual Rocky Mountain Mushfest, Woodland Park, Colorado, July 16th to 19th, 2026. But I think I really like his. His is one of my favorites, honestly. But they're all so good in their own way. Next one here is. This is the back of my color changing shirt. So I used a color changing dye. It changes from blue to purple in the sunlight. So it's UV reactive. If I use a black light on it, it'll actually turn purple. And it stays purple for a little bit until it just wears it. It kind of settles back to the regular blue when it's in the shade. But I photoshopped it to look half purple, half blue, so you can kind of see that how it would look in the sun. And I know that this is gonna be my favorite shirt moving forward. This is gonna be my favorite shirt in my wardrobe. I can tell, especially since the design is by my daughter. I just love that. So this one's not going to be a Rocky Mountain Mushfest shirt, but this was my lichen shirt. This is how it turned out after I washed it, and I think it's nice. I really like it a lot. I hope it doesn't fade too much more, but I'm going to be putting the Lost Creek Wilderness design on this one. So it's Lost Creek Wilderness, not for the feeble-minded, uphill both ways, the Colorado Michael League camping foray, caves, mushrooms, adventure. It's intense. I like that design. I actually illustrated this myself by hand. That's 100% me. So this is the caves from the place, and that's actually what it looks like when you get up. I mean, not the caves, the cabins. These cabins are near the caves, but that's what they look like. Next here is Kim's hoodie. It turned out really, really good. Her idea here was she wanted to use red, yellow, and blue because it's the Colorado flag colors. And I'm not sure if she realized it, but red, yellow, blue are the primary colors that make up the entire rainbow. I think it turned out really cool. It reminds me of some of the some like rubber ball when I was a kid. There's or some balloons, but she wanted her design to be right above the pocket. So I think that it's going to turn out really, really nice, because this is going to fade a little bit over time, and that's going to just turn out better and better as it gets a little bit older. But her hoodie turned out really nice. I love that. This one is Mike's. Kim said that he was trying to make a skull. Regardless whether it's a skull or not, I love how this turned out. I like how it looks like a bunch of amoebas and stuff. And the colors are really cool. I like that green. It's a great color combination. This right here, I think it was supposed to be like the teeth of the skull. I really like how that looks. It's like you can almost see the rubber bands that he used. And the design is supposed to be on the pocket and right above the pocket here. So the pocket shirt, it gets it kind of split up. A little bit of text on the pocket and a little bit of mountain on right above it. Kind of like that kind of like how I'm doing for Casey's. Next up here, Sharon did a single color shirt for Ryan. He didn't want to do one, but he was like, Sharon wanted to make one for him, and he was like, just do the one color and just do the center. So you can see the lines there where the rubber bands were, and I really like how that turned out. It's really cool. It's going to be really, really nice once I get the design on it. It's just, the simplicity really works for putting a print on it. I may move this down a little bit, but I just think that turned out perfect. Couldn't have asked for a better shirt on that one. Good job, Sharon. This one is Sharon's shirt. I really like how this one turned out too. This is one of the ones that had a lot of color, but it turned out perfect for putting the design on it. It's the perfect Rocky Mountain Mushfest shirt. I love how it works. It's so legible, and it just looks like a little sunset. It's fantastic. Good job. Sharon's good at the tie-dye. This one is my wife's, Tana. She went super colorful too. So the back, I think the back kind of looks like a mushroom. You know, green cap right here, and here's the blue stripe. You can have some gills right here. I was like, did you do that on purpose? And she's like, no, that was just a happy accident. And here's the front. Also kind of looks a little bit like a mushroom. And that green space right there just seems just right for, you know, the design. Worked out perfect. You couldn't have asked for a better placement for the coloring. I think that's the last one. Yeah, that was the last one. So that is all I've got to share for pictures of Rocky Mountain Mushfest. But we're currently working on that rain stick. So this is what we've got so far. My daughter is wrapping it. So it was a bunch of nails stabbed through that plotter paper tube. So right now, my daughter's wrapping it in masking tape, and she's going to be painting it and decorating it. So we're desperate for rain in Colorado. Hopefully we can summon some rain. We'll see what we can do. Get some mushrooms. Does anybody have any questions or comments? Yeah, we had definitely had a blast. I had so much fun. How you guys do? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see. Does anybody have any questions that you guys saw that while I was going through all those? I don't want to dig too hard, but let's see. Sharon says she learned the tie-dye from Kim. She's like, I learned it from you. Let's see. But yeah, we had so much fun. The trip was really, really good. We meant one thing that I wish we would have done that we didn't get to do was foraging. It was so dry. We tried to get out and foraging, but my foraging buddy, he got distracted and he has a mycology store, Chris, and he just couldn't make it out. And honestly, it was for the better because I got to meet one of the members of the Mystic Journeys Church. He was at the shop, and previously I've only spoken to him on the phone. So I got to sit there and talk to him for a good amount of time. It was really, really nice talking to Danny. If you're listening, Danny, thanks. It was good talking to you. But yeah, unfortunately, we didn't go foraging. We didn't find any mushrooms, but a lot of rocks, a lot of fun rocks. It was and donuts. Can't go wrong with that.
Were those plain donuts? They look like they were apple cinnamon.
Good question. So the donuts, they had a couple different kinds. They had just plain sugar, they had cinnamon sugar, and I think that was it. It was like very basic. It wasn't special. It was special because this was the highest anybody has ever been at any Rocky Mountain Mushfest. So this is the the highest donuts and Mushfest we've ever been to. But it was special because of the elevation. But I was expecting something better considering the hype that people have had around it. Like, hey, you got to get the donuts at the top of the rock, to the top peak. I'm like, okay, cool, yeah. It's donuts. You got to do it. Sharon says it sucked, but it was okay. It's like, did you ever take the Pillsbury biscuits and like cut a little hole in it and then fry it at home and make donuts and just coat it in sugar?
Oh,
I used to do that when I was a kid.
yeah. They call them. There's restaurants here that sell them. They call them Chinese donuts, and that's all it is like those little biscuits, and they just throw sugar on them.
They cut it in half. They cut it in half and they just roll it in the cinnamon sugar.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly what it was like. But it seemed like they had their own dough. So, but it's the same kind of flavor and profile. Oh, and there were lots of marmots. They're basically like bigger groundhogs or bigger prairie dogs, but they live in the rocks of the high altitudes. We saw some of those at Mountain Terror with HB, and there were a ton of them up there at Pikes Peak too. HB, we can't hear you. There's something wrong with your audio.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I thought.
I'm just not speaking.
Cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just observing, man. I'm just chilling. Yeah, you guys.
All right.
I'm liking. I'm absorbing it.
I thought I saw your mouth moving. I just didn't see anything. Didn't hear
No,
anything.
you're good,
Okay,
man.
sorry.
Yeah, cool. Carry on, man. Keep fucking going.
But yeah, we had a good time. It was really good seeing everybody. Man, I just love Mushfests. Can't wait for the next one. The next one's going to be in Colorado City again. Update on the meadow. It's not burned down. It's good. The maps are very inaccurate from what Kim and Mike were reporting. So you could smell smoke from the meadow, and you could see the burn areas like on the top of the mountain and such. But the general vicinity around Colorado City, it did not burn down, and it's safe, and we should have a great time next year.
Okay, sweet.
And it should be way more affordable for anybody because that campground was pretty expensive. But our goal is to keep everything as affordable and accessible to everybody as possible. If anybody can't afford an event or participate, like you can't pay to go to Cave of the Winds, something like we're doing during one of these events, just let us know. We're here to help. We want you to participate. We're family.
And speaking of that, I guess we'll just segue right back into what we were picking up earlier in case anybody missed it. Our first in-person Mystic Journeys mushroom meetup will be August 22nd. It's free to join. Come out, get some food, get some hot dogs, chips, drinks, and microdoses, or just kind of get to know us in person. Trying to build a community in real life. There's nothing that what we have here online isn't super great. We'll be, if not going live from the park, we'll be recording it and then putting it back up here for you guys to see. So you'll also be involved. It's just nice to be able to get people involved in the community in real real time, and really shake some hands and see some faces and stuff. So yeah, I'm excited. If you guys are in the area, please join.
Absolutely. Well, now that we've covered that, I think it might be good. We're 45 minutes in. I was a talker.
I love it.
But let's go ahead and get into the way to love.
Let's do it.
This chapter, I'm surprisingly, I didn't highlight anything in this chapter. This is the section of the book where I stopped highlighting stuff, so I don't know which stuff stuck out to me or not. So we'll see. But this chapter is called Men of Violence, and the Bible verse is Matthew 11:12. The kingdom of heaven. Matthew, exactly.
I know Matthew.
The kingdom of heaven has suffered violence, and men of violence take it by force. Compare the serene and simple splendor of a rose in bloom with the tensions and restlessness of your life. The rose has a gift that you lack. It is perfectly content to be itself. It has not been programmed from birth as you have been, to be dissatisfied with itself, so it has not the slightest urge to be anything other than it is. That is why it possesses the artless grace and absence of inner conflict that among humans is only found in little children and mystics. Consider your sad condition. You are always dissatisfied with yourself, always wanting to change yourself. So you are full of violence and self-intolerance, which only grows with envy, which only grows with every effort that you make to change yourself. So any change you achieve is always accompanied by inner conflict, and you suffer when you see others achieve what you have not and become what you are not. Would you be tormented by jealousy and envy if, like the rose, you were content to be what you are and never aspired to be what you are not? But you are driven, and you are not to be like someone else who has more knowledge, better looks, more popularity, or success than you. You want to become more virtuous, more loving, more meditative. You want to find God, to come closer to your ideals. Think of the sad history of your efforts at self-improvement that either ended in disaster or succeeded only at the cost of struggle and pain. Now suppose you desisted from all efforts to change yourself, and from all self-dissatisfaction, would you then be doomed to go to sleep, having passively accepted everything in you and around you? There is another way besides laborious self-punishment on the one hand and stagnant acceptance on the other. It is the way of self-understanding. This is far from easy because to understand what you are requires complete freedom from all desire to change what you are into something else. I'm going to reread that sentence. That was a long one. This is far from easy because to understand what you are requires complete freedom from all desire to change what you are into something else. You
Our
will
desires
see.
and our attachment cause our suffering.
Yeah.
Essentially, is what I'm saying.
You will see this if you compare the attitude of a scientist who studies the habits of ants without their slightest desire to change them, with the attitude of a dog trainer who studies the habits of a dog with a view to making it learn something. If what you attempt is not to change yourself, but to observe yourself, to study every one of your reactions to people and things without judgment or condemnation or desire to reform yourself, your observation will be non-selective, comprehensive, never fixed on rigid conclusions, always open and fresh from moment to moment. Then you will notice a marvelous thing happening within you. You will be flooded with the light of awareness. You will become transparent and transformed. Will change occur then? Oh, yes, in you and in your surroundings. But it will not be brought about by your cunning, restless ego. that is forever competing, comparing, coercing, sermonizing, manipulating in its intolerance and its ambitions, thereby creating tension and conflict and resistance between you and nature, an exhausting self-defeating process like driving with your brakes on. No, the transforming light of awareness brushes aside your scheming, self-seeking ego to give nature full rein to bring out the kind of change that she produces in the rose, artless, graceful, unself-conscious, wholesome, untainted by inner conflict. Since all change is violent, she will be violent. But the marvelous quality of nature violence, unlike ego violence, is that it does not spring from intolerance and self hatred. So there is no anger in the rainstorm that carries everything before it, or the fish that devour their young in obedience to ecological laws, or to ecological laws. We know not. Our body calls when they destroy each other in the intense interest of a higher good. When nature destroys, it is not from ambition or greed or self aggrandizement, but in obedience to mysterious laws that seek the good of the whole universe above the survival and well being of the parts. It is this kind of violence that arises within mystics who storm against ideas and structures that have become entrenched in their societies and cultures. When awareness awakens them to evils their contemporaries are blind to. It is this violence that causes the rose to come into being in the face of forces hostile to it. And it is to this violence that the rose, like the mystic, will sweetly succumb after it has opened its petals to the sun and lives in fragile feeling loveliness, feeling quite unconcerned to add a single extra minute to its allotted span of life. And so it lives in blessedness and beauty like the birds of the air and the flowers of the field, with no trace of the
Exactly.
restlessness and the dissatisfaction and jealousy and anxiety and competitiveness that characterize the world of human beings who seek to control and coerce rather than be content to flower into awareness, leaving all change to the mighty force of God in nature. And that is all.
Where do I start? It's
Go,
envy,
please.
greed, jealousy, desires,
Ego.
attachments. Yes, sir. Yeah, it's filled with it. And people hold a mirror up. We talk about this a lot on the show. And whenever people can't get what they want out of you, or when you have something that they don't have and they want, jealousy and greed and envy sneak in. And it's important to remember that it's a human emotion, right? If you don't feel it now, you have felt it before in your life. It's an emotion that if you live long enough, you will feel it. Jealousy, envy, greed, ego poking his head in through the door. But some people attach anger to it. And when they can't get what they want because they're manipulative, then their anger flares up and they'll throw it back in your face. Like we talked about in the show, what they've done for you, what I did for you, what I could do for you, and to make you a better person, what I have done to make you a better person. It's all manipulation and greed and envy. And people are jealous sometimes of, it's the classic bully scenario at school. Like you get bullied because people are jealous. And I know that's counterintuitive. It's not always the reason, but it is a big reason that people get bullied is because you have something that they want. So they belittle you, they break you down to try to get above you, get ahead of you. And it's all to do with title, your reputation, your greed, who you are in the world. Like, where do I stand? I stand above you instead of with you in a crowd of people. Because it doesn't matter if you're tougher than me or if you've done things better or worse than me, we're all still human, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, last point I want to make real fast is what they finished up on is about how it's all in nature. Ram Dass talks about this. You don't look at an oak tree and wish it to be a pine tree. You just accept it for what it is. It's perfect as it is. You don't wish it to be anything different. It's just nature existing the way it exists, in the way that it exists, where it exists. And we should do that with people.
You can't judge a fish based off of what a monkey can do. You can't expect a
Yes,
fish to be able
definitely.
to climb a tree or a monkey to be able to breathe water.
And to your point, other fishes don't judge other fish, and monkeys don't judge fish, and fish don't judge monkeys. Like nature's not doing that to itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's competition and there's like, ebb and flow in nature for sure. But like, there's not a lot of ego out in nature, right? It's humble. It's like I don't think about a fish less than me, or I don't think about a monkey more than me if I'm a fish. It's just life, dude. This is where we are in the food chain of it all. And I have my importance where I lay in this creek or in this tree, depending accordingly. What do you think, Derek?
Yeah, Derek.
I think some of that stuff though is important. Otherwise, like if you're just left with contentment, then what motivates you? Like Bruce Lee, he was like a kung fu legend, but if he didn't have someone else to beat, and you just said, "Yeah, yeah, I'm good," so then I mean, we probably would have never heard of him. You know,
Right.
I think like that. Uh,
I think that was his nature. I think that, his competitive martial arts and being competitive, I think that was his nature.
Maybe it's even part of humans.
But sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
no, I was just saying though, but I mean, like if he was just content with not having any greed or any envy, like someone's really good, I should get better. You know what I mean? Then he probably wouldn't have been the best. So that's why I say I think there's a balance because that contentment can lead you to just, I'm happy. I got peace and I have my needs are met. You know what I mean? But that's not growth, and having something you see someone with something that you would like to have, not being envious, but thinking that's something I could work towards. I could work towards being able to identify every mushroom and being,
Yeah.
the top of my field, but if it was just, I know some mushrooms, I'm happy with that, then
Yeah.
that contentment, I think could ruin us. So I think you're in competition with yourself, as a matter of fact, because you're trying to do
Exactly.
better.
That's what I was going to say,
So,
Derek. Right. And that's the thing. When you're in competition with yourself, that's what we need to teach people from a young age is that discipline and hard work is good. You're not in competition with other people. You're in competition with yourself. But what I
yeah,
always say, the saying that I always say is true. Comparison is not the thief of joy. Envy is greed, attachment. So what you're saying, it fits into that perfectly. It's like I can compare myself to Mike Tyson. I may get there. I may never get there. But having that level to climb up to gives me something to chase as long as I'm only competing against myself. As long as at the end of the day, I'm only trying to do a little bit better than I did yesterday for me. Like do my best, practice my agreements. Yeah,
I
definitely. I agree.
completely agree with that, Derek. That was well said.
Well,
I would like to use Alan Rockefeller and a lot of these other peers of mine that as a good example. Like these people know so much more than me, but I don't see them as my competitors. I see them as like inspiration. I don't I don't compete with anybody. I'm just trying to get better a little bit better than I was
yeah, I think
yesterday.
we're there.
So really, I am competing with myself. Yesterday me.
Yeah.
Um,
You saying that, that's how I know you love it
but
because I do the same thing with music, man.
and
The same exact way.
it's not that I'm competitive, it's that I'm following my passion. And that's something that Alan
100%.
Rockefeller, that's why he's so successful, is because he's passionate about what he's studying, so he learns it effortlessly because he's like, wow, this is really cool.
Gives
I
a
love
shit.
this shit. This is so fun. And I'm doing the same thing, but I'm not Alan Rockefeller. I have different goals. I don't exactly have. I'm kind of spread thin, and I'm not really very focused on one thing. I'm kind of like an everything mycologist, but he's more focused on photography. I'm more focused on trying to learn every single mushroom in Colorado and proving it, and maybe eventually write my own book about just the Colorado mushrooms, and maybe just lots and lots of other mini projects. I'll just go on and on and on if I start going down that path. But
Right.
but yeah, I'm not competing with anybody. I'm just following my passion,
Trying to get better every day, man.
and that is my nature. That's honestly my whole name, my nerd nature, my screen name. I always tell people Tell me what you're passionate about, and I'll show you what makes you a nerd.
That's
And
what I'm talking about.
if you're a jock, you're a sports nerd. If you're a race car driver, you're a motorhead. You're a car nerd. You like sewing, you're a sewing nerd. You know, whatever it is that you're passionate about,
You're a nerd for something.
you're a nerd.
Even if
Right.
it's taking naps.
That is a good thing. You should embrace it.
Yeah, dude. And
It
find
is
more things.
It is your nature, right?
That's what I talk about often. The thing that you love, if you haven't found it, is there in front of your face, and you've seen people do it thousands of times. You've maybe even tried it yourself already, but just never really gave it a deep thought or a deep interest, or like a real try. But the thing you love is probably out there. Your hobby, your passion, painting, sculpting, winemaking, food cooking. I mean, you name it, on and on and on, dude. Anything you can think of.
Yep.
Speaking of that, I don't think we have our countdown, so we'll just go ahead and skip all that. But let's pull up your mushroom here.
Oh, I almost forgot.
I didn't forget, man. I didn't forget. We're on proposed state mushrooms. We've done our official state mushrooms. We have 4 proposed state mushrooms. We've gone through 2 already. Nerdy, what is this mushroom and what state is it from? You guys can guess in the chat too. Feel free to go ahead.
State, I don't know, but it's a Lactarius.
You remember what species?
It looks like the saffron milk cat, maybe.
Now,
No.
I will say that there are literally over 600 of these species that have been discovered and documented already. So if you can't guess the exact one, nobody's going to fault you on it, but maybe you can get kind of close.
But it's I can definitely tell it's a Lactarius. That much I know.
Yeah.
So
You want to give it a try?
I'll do a Google search, see if I can find it out
Okay,
just by
sweet.
searching some of the characteristics.
I mean, we're in the northeast of the United States, the very northeast, around where we were before with Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Vermont. No, sir. Close though. I'll give you a hint. It's the apple.
It's not the deliciosus. It's not the saffron milk.
No. Nope. I mean, I don't have the slang name here. All I have is the. Oh, maybe I do. Hold on. No. All I have is the actual name, scientific name.
Volimus?
Nope. Give you a hint. It's P. Starts with a P. And there's probably still like 10 or 15 in that.
Samicola?
Nope, a P, dude.
Yeah, it's like PS Samicola.
Oh, no. Nope.
Or Pecii.
Yeah. Yep. So Lactarius pecii. The fungal genus Lactarius comprises of about 636 species worldwide. The type species is Lactarius. Oh, never mind. This is a different one. I guess I'll read this. The Lactarius torminosus is probably the best known and widely eaten. And followed by the Lactarius delicius. A large number of species were split into the genus Lactofluus based on the molecular phylogenetic evidence. It was first discovered by a gentleman named Gertrude Simmons Burlingham, and he was an early 20th century mycologist, was best known for her work on American Russula and the Lactarius, pioneering the use of microscopic spores featuring iodine staining from species identification. And she discovered this in 1908, and obviously in North America. And this is the state mushroom of what? What state? Mushroom of what state? Proposed, by the way.
Proposed mushroom. I'm guessing like Oregon.
No, we're in the northeast. Remember?
Oh wait,
around Massachusetts.
Northeast. You said.
My hand was. She heard it. Apple.
Oh, you said apple. So New York.
Yeah.
Something
I just
looked up about this mushroom is
Okay.
that it is widely classified as inedible due to its intensely burning acrid taste and potential to cause upset stomach. It is not strictly poisonous, but its bitter flavor makes it unpalatable. So
Okay.
you might be able to eat it if you could get past the nasty flavor.
Hilarious. Pretty cool. It's nice though. Apparently there are ones that you can eat though that are more favorable. So like all mushrooms, or not all mushrooms, like most mushrooms, I should say. It's pretty cool. Um, cool. Switch lanes really quick here because we're kind of running over a little bit. But just our one last thing to wrap up the show here. I want to do a little bit of herbal talk. Been trying to mix it in with the mushroom stuff. Really quick here. This is just a chart on how long it takes for vegetables to grow on average. Gives you like a range here. You can see tomatoes is 60 to 90 days from start to harvest. Corn is 90 to 120 days. Speaking of, we were just talking about that, about having your own seeds and stuff. So that just shows you the germination periods of different plants and how long they take to grow. Just give it a little glance here. You can always come back later and look at it. Super neat stuff, man. Really just within, a summertime, spring into summer, and you got plants. Obviously, it's probably a little late to grow most things in most places, but it's always get prepared for next year. This right here is pretty cool, I think. Nerdy, if you check right here on the very left, it says about mushrooms that and other white vegetables that they may contain sulfuric-rich compounds, so polysaccharides, and flavonoids traditionally valued for their immune support.
Mm-hmm.
So white vegetables and mushrooms and things like that have that capacity. Red is rich in protective pigments traditionally associated with heart vitality, circulation, and antioxidant support. Orange is good for skin health and eye nourishment, as we know with carrots is a perfect example of that. Abundant in carotenoids and compounds and connected with tissue nourishment. You can kind of just go around and look at this real fast. We'll leave it up here on the screen for a minute. But yeah, it just shows you about how, you could organize what you eat by color. It's a neat way to kind of get new nutrients in your diet. I'm going to eat some purple stuff today to get this kind of nutrients, depending on what I'm lacking. Or, really just kind of back to that mind-body awareness, trying to figure out what works for you and listen to your body and eat what your body craves. And based on color, even smells, color, textures, everything that you should be listening to your body. Pretty cool. Just a little bit of herbal stuff for today. Outside of that, I think we're gonna wrap this shit up here. We'll be back Tuesday tomorrow, Derek, for Bible studies, 9 p.m. EST.
Yep.
Cool. Continuation of Psalms, I would assume.
Yeah, I think we're gonna stay in that for a little bit.
Sick. I like it, man. It's been great. If you guys haven't checked it out, even if you're not a Christian follower, you got to check out Derek's Bible studies because there's good, tangible stuff you can take in there. Obviously, if you guys are Christian background, you follow Jesus Christ, please go check out Derek's Bible studies. It's really great. You guys won't miss it. Other than that, again, August 22nd, we'll bring this up several more times throughout, but August 22nd is going to be our first in-person Mystic Journeys mushroom meetup at the Red Feather Lakes Community Park. Right on the lake. It's going to be fucking beautiful. They got bathroom. So if you guys have to use bathrooms, for bathroom there, and we got tables, and we'll be cooking out and having a good time, man. So we're just getting introduction to everybody, let them know who we really are and what we stand for, and shake hands and meet people in the community who really stand for what we believe in. Go ahead, Nerdy. You got anything, man?
No, you're making me want to plan a barbecue soon.
Sweet, dude. And yeah, that's the beautiful thing about how we're so spread out right now. We can, branch out a little bit. We do one in your area, do one in my area, maybe one in the middle where we can all meet up, and figure it out. I appreciate everybody's support on Zeta. It's been super great. If you guys want Zeta or need anything, reach out anywhere on our socials, Discord, Instagram, whatever, what have you. My email address. Yeah.
And if I need to send you anything in the mail that you've won this past week, Make sure I have your address. If you think I have it, send it again. Just make my life easy tomorrow. Today, I just been nonstop working on these pictures and processing and getting the shirts cleaned up and cleaned off. I'm gonna do everything I can to ship everything out tomorrow. I meant to ship today, but I couldn't get to it. So if you think I'm supposed to be sending you something, reach out to me and I will send you something. But there's a few of you I already have on my list, like Mike Baraball and Sammy P, Robert Skinner. And I remember somebody won something on Friday morning. I forgot who. I'm gonna have to go back and look at who it was. But anybody else, if I need to send you something, just let me know. I'll send you something.
Perfect.
No stress.
say something?
Just tell me.
Oh yeah, if one of you guys could please put the Discord link in the chat, and also
I did, but I will
one of the things we've been talking about was maybe giving away a Discord membership instead of a prize. So if that's something that would interest people, let us know. And instead of saying you won capsules or whatever, if you win a giveaway, you might be able to get a free membership into the Discord. Then you could join with the Minecraft Mondays and the watch along on Wednesdays. Well, I don't think we have a movie picked up for Wednesday night, but Wednesday nights we watch a movie on there and we get to chat in the comments and stuff. It's a good time.
Absolutely.
All right. Anything else, boys?
I think we are good. Let's go ahead and start the countdown, and we can start saying goodbye to everybody. And we can. That's the nice thing about that long countdown and long intros. It gives us time to say goodbye and good evening to everybody. I like that a lot.
I love it.
Let's go ahead and start that
one
now.
last thing. Guys, visit mysticchurch.org for memberships. It's a great way to help support us. Any little bit that you guys give is greatly appreciated. Again, we pay a lot out of pocket here on Mystic Journeys to make things happen. If you guys want to help support and you have a little bit extra cash, please donate or get a membership. mysticjourneyschurch.org. And thank y'all so much for y'all's time and support and practicing the agreements. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take things personally. Don't have expectations or make assumptions, and always do your best. Be skeptical and learn to listen, everyone. Bye. And we will see you guys tomorrow for Bible studies. Bye.
Got to get to it. Here we go.
There we go.
Stepping slow at dawn, mystic journeys on the door. Boots still muddy from the trail, we bring the woods inside the floor. Woven baskets by the bench, sage and yarrow in the air. Old hands pass a soft-born truth like firelight we learn to share. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take it all to heart. Don't make a spell of what you see. We begin where we are. Mystic journey. stories, cracked out laughs, the kind that make you able. Ancient wisdom in the stew, in the herb jars, in